Well, all of the rumors can be put to rest. It has definitely been stated that Head Coach Willie Simmons is moving on from FAMU University, going over to Duke University to become the new running backs coach with the program. I know there's a lot of folks out there right now that's very upset as far as what the decision that's been rendered as far as Head Coach Willie Simmons moving on to become the running backs coach over at Duke University. We definitely going to get into that. But on a happier note, I do want to say congratulations to my Michigan Wolverines for winning the game against Alabama today, as well as Washington University beating on Texas University. So we're going to see those two teams play for the national championship game, and I dang sure hope my Wolverines kick their teeth in. But guys, it ain't about me right now. It ain't about my Wolverines right now. It's about FAMU. We're going to talk about exactly what our thoughts are as far as how things could play out for the former head football coach of FAMU University, taking his talents going over to Duke University to go ahead and get some things moving and shaking to see how that thing turns out for him over there. We're going to talk about it right after this. It's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. There's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because they're like, Coach, what's your take on this? You haven't said nothing about it all weekend long. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I put together 4 different shows for y'all on this. And for some strange reason, I just could not get them shows together to put them out there to you to where things were not going to, be outdated. I didn't want to give you any outdated content as far as with this because everything was all over the place. And like a lot of stuff that I had mixed in and blended with this, it was kind of dated. So I didn't want to do it to you. I just sat back and said, you know what? I'm going to hold my horses. I'm going to wait for all of the information to drop down. Got to give it up to Miss Tiffany Sykes over at FAMU University, who is the vice president / athletic director for the university, in which I got to give her props. She wrote a very beautiful letter concerning Head Coach Willie Simmons taking his talents and moving on to go to Duke University, in which she thanked him for his hard work and dedication to the program. I'm going to go ahead and share that here with you guys so that you can see exactly what all she said if you have not seen it thus far. I just want to make sure that that's out there as well, because that is definitely, to me, that's a class act on behalf of the athletic director / vice president over at FAMU. One thing I must say is this. Looking at how everything transpired over the past, say, 20 days, and I could be off a little, I'm off as far as for 20 days. I would say over the past 14 to 16 days, there's been a lot of questions out there. And I'll say that when I look back and saw after FAMU had won the national championship, the HBCU national championship, there were 7 athletes that jumped into the transfer portal. 3 of those athletes were actually players that were on the team that did do, they were a part of the rotation as far as with getting out there on the field, as far as playing in games. And when you start seeing athletes like that jump to the transfer portal, and then you see an athlete that was a starter who was on the team in General Hunt, who decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get in this transfer portal. And this was right after the rumblings became very loud that Head Coach Willie Simmons was looking to move on. I mean, look at it from the standpoint. You had Saiwan Inge, wide receiver, transfer portal. Marquise Phillips, Chris Sanders II. He had 20 receptions for 193 yards. Wide receiver, Michael Townsend. Defensive back, Tevin Griffey, who is Ken Griffey Jr., the Major League Baseball player, Hall of Famer. That's his son. He had 24 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 field goal block. Then you had defensive back, Winston Frazier, 18 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 pass deflection. And then you had another defensive back, and Rodney Williams, who decided he wanted to jump into the transfer portal as well. So like I stated before, when you look at all these athletes who are deciding to get into that portal, it begins to make you wonder exactly if what everything was going on was true. Yes, you saw the reports coming from all over the place saying that, hey, Willie Simmons is gone. He's getting ready to get up out of there. I think there was a couple of content creators that put that out there well before now. Say, hey, listen, they got the brew to the tea as far as exactly what's going on. And Willie Simmons is up out of there. He's going to move on. And there were some folks that kind of believed, and there were some folks that didn't believe and felt that, oh, we can go ahead and get him to stay. And I must admit that you got to give it to the FAMU Rattlers fan base as well as the alumni that jumped out there to try to get the additional finances in place to make sure that they were able to keep their coach in-house and not allow him to move on to greener pastures, which has now happened. But the one thing I'll say is this. FAMU would definitely go ahead and get things in order to make sure that they're able to continue to keep pushing forward as far as what they're looking to achieve in the future, especially with all of the different pieces that's coming into the program, as well as the coaches that are there as well. Now, I would definitely say this. With Fred McNair being out there in the waiting to find out if he's going to get that Texas Southern job, I honestly feel that might be your guy that you need to call to make sure things continue to keep moving fluently for the program as well. And not only that, but he has access to Texas when it comes to recruiting. So he can get them athletes from there and bring them down south for them to want to come play in the Sunshine State of Florida. So there's some things there that need to be looked at. I know there's a lot of other coaches that's on the short list. There's one individual in particular, and which was brought to my attention that FAMU should take a look at, and that's Mr. Billy Roll, who won at Miami. He won championships at Miami as well as Northwestern, and he won at Miami Killian, and he won at Miami Southridge, and also he is a FAMU Hall of Fame. So they might want to consider looking at him as well. So there's a lot of different things there that you can consider as far as who FAMU can get after, who FAMU can look at as far as we're bringing in as a new head coach over the football program. Now, I know a lot of you out there, I did get a couple of questions from you guys saying, hey, Coach, what are your thoughts on why he moved the needle to do the things that he needed to do? If you remember the tweet that he put out about the APR issue, in which he stated that there was numerous athletes that graduated in 2023, in December 2023, as well as those that graduated last year when the APR issue came up. Now, there was, according to the Tallahassee Democrat, back in, the 2022, and this was on September 1st by Director Ms. Tiffany Sykes, who reported this, stating that FAMU APR improvement plan features steps to expand academic resources to student athletes and identify at-risk student athletes on all 13 of the school sports teams. The APR plan requires a lot of buy-in from accolades and the coaching staff. And this was Vice President, Athletic Director, Tiffany Sykes. She said this on September 1st, 2023, and that was per the Tallahassee Democrat. Now, as I stated before, yes, former head coach Willie Simmons did state that the APR issue was taken care of and that score had risen, in which there shouldn't be any problem. And that was as far as football. He didn't mention any of the other sports. But looking at how everything played out, Coach is going to be honest with you. One thing that we're seeing now that coaches are going to be looked upon as individuals that they may want to bring into their programs. I know there's a lot of you out there that feel, hey, Coach Willie Simmons should have been the guy that should have got the job to go coach over at Tulane. He should have got the head coaching position over there. Or head coach Willie Simmons should have been able to get a head coaching position for FBS program instead of him having to come in and do lockstep as far as with being a position coach at an FBS program. Let me break something down to you right quick. These universities are still looking at coaches on how they're going to retread them. You're going to see how this thing is going to work out, especially when University of Michigan wins the national championship and Coach Harbaugh walks off into the sunset with that trophy. Watch how somehow or another there's going to be a retread that's going to end up over at the University of Michigan coaching that team next season. Watch what I tell you. Now, and I say all of that because of the fact that there's reports already from the NCAA talking about that they want to get Harbaugh up out of there, giving him a possible undisclosed ban, or they're going to reprimand him in some capacity where he's not going to be able to coach at the university for some period of time. But I say all of that to say this. Looking at how things are working right now, and I'm going to use this coach as an example because of the fact that I want people to understand that every coach out here is not him, okay? When we look at what Deion Sanders was able to parlay for himself, leaving Jackson State University to go over to Colorado University. That is a phenomenon to me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he is the type of person that you can put him in a room, he's going to light that room up. He's going to hit everybody in that room is going to be like a magnet towards him because they want to pick his brain. They want to sponge off of him to see exactly what it is he has to offer. What exactly is that he got going down that keeps everybody so intrigued as far as like, hey, Coach Deion Sanders is moving like this. We need to go ahead and get some over here move like that as well. Trust me, guys. These people are looking at what's going on over in HBCUs and how these coaches are able to get in there and move the masses in the manner in which they're able to do. Like Head Coach Willie Simmons did this past season, as far as with the Rattler program. Trust me, they looked at how much everybody got online and got to bragging about how FAMU was out there doing things in the manner in which they were doing. Heck, they was looking at how well they played against the Florida team that they lost against this year. They looked at how well they came out there, was prepared for that. Not only that, but they looked at how well FAMU was prepared last season when they had those 26 players that were ineligible when they played against North Carolina. So trust and understand, they are paying close attention to what's going on over here in this HBCU sector. They're watching very, very feverishly to see, okay, who can we come get next? But the thing is this, it's not can they come get them and bring them in to become a head coach. They're coming to bring them in to work positions. And then from there, see if what they really saw was real. Now, in Deion Sanders' capacity, I'll put it to you like this. Colorado was looking for them to get put back on the map as far as what it was that, you know, what they got to offer over there at their university, because ain't nobody been talking about no damn Colorado. Let's be real here. I mean, really, all we really talk about as far as with Denver and Colorado, anything like that, and sorry, guys, I know y'all will get mad with Coach when I say this, but the fact that they got the dispensaries and all that other jazz over there and going skiing. That's about it. I know we ain't talking about the daggone Denver Broncos because my Broncos suck right now. I'm just going to be honest with you on that. And not only that, but you have the Denver Nuggets who just won their first championship, their first NBA championship. So they get a little love as well. But all I'm simply saying is that we got to look at the things as far as the glass is half full, not half empty. And when I look at, and I'm going back to the guy I was talking about before, Coach Deion Sanders. When I look at what he got going on over there right now and how he wanted Head Coach Willie Simmons to come with him to Colorado when he left last season, and Coach Willie Simmons decided that was not the move for him. Put it to you like this, guys. If Head Coach Willie Simmons can find a way to move himself up the ranks over there at Duke University and show that he is that guy just like he's been over here at FAMU, start with the running backs room, and I'm sure in some capacity he's going to be calling some plays. I don't think he's going to be in that running back room long. I think maybe a year or two, Head Coach Willie Simmons is going to be calling plays for Duke University. Y'all get ready for it, okay? I'm just going to put that out there now. I'm speaking into existence. I know y'all might want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you the real. But this is the thing. I'm going to give Head Coach Deion Sanders, at first I said 2 years. I said this year, next year. I think he might hold out, do at least 4 out of that contract that he got for 5 years. I honestly feel that he may do that. And I feel if that's the case, if by chance Head Coach Willie Simmons then moved up, which I believe he's going to do with Duke University, I can see him getting the keys to go to Colorado and coach. I'm going to put that out there right now, just for the hell of it, because I don't think nobody's thinking that far out of the box. I know y'all like, Coach, why do you say that? Because the simple fact is this. Shedeur Sanders got, 2 seasons left? If he can show them that they're not going to have no drop-off with him coming from Duke to Colorado, I can very well see that happening. Now, me and a good friend of mine, Mr. Ken Clark, Mr. Ken Clark over KC 1400, y'all go over there, check him out. We was having a conversation the other day when all of this first, popped off. And we was talking about how, what if Willie Simmons pivoted from Duke and went to Colorado instead and became the offensive coordinator over there? Because, like I said, they got coordinator issues going on over there. I mean, hey, come on now. You got Deion Sanders saying, oh, it was an agreement, it was agreed upon that the defensive coordinator needed to book up on out of here and go to Auburn or wherever the heck it was he went. Oh, it was agreed upon that the offensive coordinator, he needed to get up out of here and go to San Diego State or wherever the heck he's at, because, I think at one point in time they were saying that the man was a sabotager or whatever, a saboteur or whatever the heck the daggone name was that they gave this man, which was a load of crock. But understand what I'm getting to here. Basically, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is this. I honestly feel that Willie Simmons is getting ready to get an FBS head coaching job, and it ain't going to take long for him to get it. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to say. I honestly feel that this was a part of his journey, part of his plan as far as what he was looking to do. And honestly, truly, Coach Willie Simmons is young enough to get in this thing and do something with it, where he's not going to be one of those guys that's in this 60s or 70s, and now all of a sudden they're giving him they're giving him a head coaching position at some big name program, where all of a sudden he's kind of lost his way as far as with being able to adapt and reach out to these athletes to, get them to believe in what he has to offer within the program for them to want to come play for him. Because understand this, the game is different now, especially now that the NIL is in order. You get what I'm saying? The NIL is here. And then all of this realigning with all of these different conferences and everything that's going on, you got to have the people in there that's going to be able to come in and recruit their behinds off to get them athletes in your program, or your doors is going to get blown off every week. So all I'm simply saying is that look at, I understand there's a lot of you out there that don't want to hear this. Like, Coach, we don't want to hear this bull crap, man. Nah, he shouldn't have left us. We did what we tried to do to keep him. And, we wanted him to stay here with us. You know what? I respect it. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I respect all of you that took the initiative to do what you could to make sure that he would stay. But what I'm beginning to see now occur is that the light that the light that was put on HBCU sports that I don't feel really left. I think it just wasn't being given the notoriety that it should have been, even in those lean years after you had Ayrton McNair leave from Alcorn State University and get drafted into the NFL. You still had great athletes that came in. The coverage just wasn't there. Now what needs to happen is marketing needs to take place right now. Marketing needs to kick in for all HBCUs and get this money in order so that they're able to hire the coaches in here, pay the coaches, and retain the coaches. Understand one thing. Coaches is going to move just like the players do. We can't sit here and get mad at athletes because they move on and don't want to understand why. We got to look at this thing, like I said before, glasses half full. Coaches going to move just like players going to move. So we have to understand exactly what's going on. But again, I want to wish Head Coach Willie Simmons the best of luck. I'm glad I was able to get a few seconds with you right after the post-game conference at the Celebration Bowl. I know you had a lot of folks that was in your ear trying to usher you out the door, in which you weren't, I wasn't really able to get, have a conversation with you. But I just want to tell you thank you, because again, looking at what you've been able to do, where was it? You was what, 9-2, 12-1. I think you went 8-4 one season with 8-4, 92, and 12-1. I could have one of those 92s wrong, but again, you got to get that man his props as far as what he's been able to accomplish over at FAMU University. And I definitely believe the Rattlers are going to be back striking once again come next season, especially under whomever it is that they decide to bring into the university. But again, guys, I'm just saying, I'm just speaking, from a literal standpoint. Like, let's just take this. Let's take this and look at it for, the possibilities of what could go down. And I honestly feel that FAMU is going to be in good hands. Got to make sure they go ahead and secure those athletes that wanted to commit to the program. You start to see a few of them go back into the portal. They're reopening their recruitment. So now it's time to get somebody in there like immediately to get, that's going to be able to come in and move this program forward like Head Coach Willie Simmons already had them moving. But guys, Coach ain't gonna hold you. Coach ain't gonna hold you much longer. But like I said before, I just want to put that out there as far as what what you're seeing take place and what's happening right now. Again, yeah, I know X is gonna be on fire, because between the Jack State fans and the Florida A&M fans, y'all just been going back and forth, boy, like crazy. And it's like a tennis match right now. Sitting there like, ooh, 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 ooh. I mean, I'm just trying to catch seats. I'm just trying to keep up with it. But again, guys, Happy New Year to you all. Love you all, man. Thank you again for rocking with your favorite coach. I hope all of you guys got into this 2024 year on a good note. And guys, guess what? We just going to take this thing higher. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to take it higher and higher. And I hope to see all of you right here along with me moving forward. But guys, Coach gonna get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.